Hey, friendo, Steve here.
L. Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to. On today's episode, we got a jam-packed one for you, including updates on the Pregunta Donde Está Andrade? And what is WWE doing over there with El Idolo? Because I've got some questions, and I'm sure you guys do too, and hopefully we'll provide some answers. Also, we got an update on how long Seth Rollins could potentially be out. We got a bunch of Friendo suggestions from the world of pro wrestling news that we're going to talk about, including should WWE referees be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame? And of course, we had, oh man, Larson, I'm excited because today is your induction into the Collision Cowboy Hall of Fame.
We're both Collision Cowboys.
We are Collision Cowboys. That's right. We're going to review both Dynamite, like anybody cares about that. But we got like 40 minutes of a collision last night.
Yeah, we did. Did you watch Countdown to Wrestle Dream?
No!
Thought you were a completionist. Anyway, let's start with this Andrade situation because, oh wow. There's a lot going on here. So, of course, since re-debuting in AEW on the October 1st edition of Dynamite, Andrade has not appeared on AEW TV since then. So, Fightful Select reached out to sources close to Andrade, but they didn't give any indication as to why he's been absent from AEW TV and apparently had to cancel some indie dates. I think some in Mexico as well. Those sources did confirm that Andrade had signed an AEW deal, and whatever is keeping him off TV wasn't, quote, AEW or Andrade's specific fault. So today, from PW Insider and Wrestling Observer, we have more info, which might clarify the situation. Apparently, WWE decided that Andrade was subject to a 90-day non-compete after all, following his release / being fired for violating.
How do you just decide that? Like,
well, because he showed up on AEW TV, Steve. That's what they decided.
Paperwork and lawyers, and they're like, hey, Andrade, es bien, bueno, you can go do what you want to do. And then they're like, this guy ain't going to AEW. Remember last time he was there, burned the bridge, and then he shows up, and they're like, oh, what is that on our face? Looks like some egg. Fuck it. He's got a 90-day now. How about that?
Exactly. This is what PW Insider had to say. Quote, the initial belief, even within WWE circles, was that since Andrade was cut outright due to wellness policy violations, he was not going to be paid his 90 days and was free and clear to begin performing elsewhere. We are told that after he began making his appearances in Mexico and the United States, WWE clarified to Andrade that even though he was not going to get the traditional 90 days pay following his release, Andrade was still subject to the 90-day period where he cannot perform elsewhere. So, as to why WWE is enforcing this 90-day non-compete, other than obviously because Andrade signed with AEW right away. A source told PW Insider, quote, the company was not going to have a system in place where someone could theoretically leave the company due to violating their policies and walk off to end up somewhere else the next day, with the source elaborating that it's a, quote, loophole the company cannot allow to exist. Here's the thing. If you don't want that loophole to exist, put it in writing the contracts. If that language is not writing the contracts, tough shit. Tough shit.
Well, you have to assume it is.
The way this is worded from the source, they're aware this is a loophole, though. A loophole the company cannot allow to exist. A loophole makes me feel like it is not specifically stated in these contracts that if you're fired for violating the wellness policy, you are subject to 90-day plus not getting paid.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't. Look, my thing is this. This is a real open shut deal. Show me in writing where it says this.
Exactly.
Okay, but here's the thing. Like, he's got lawyers. They have lawyers.
Yeah.
That would be an open shut thing, which is why I'm not saying what you're saying or what the sources are saying isn't true. I'm saying I'm not going to say, oh, outrage because of something that's in a contract or not in a contract, because that doesn't make any sense. Like, you're out of your contract and you go to Wrestle Talk, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, hold up. I get you on the phone. You got a 90-day compete. And you're like, hold on a second.
Like, no, I don't have to look at the paperwork. I know I don't.
Okay, then you just go.
Yeah.
Like, why?
And that's what Andrade did.
What's stopping him from continuing to appear with AEW then?
Well, I mean, I guess it's the threat of legal action, I would assume.
Based
And
on what?
WWE having a lot of money.
Something that doesn't exist in a contract. That's why this is just sort of weird to me.
Like, it is.
I don't
This is all weird because one thing, because Fightful Select had a subsequent report right before we came on. So first of all, Wrestling Observer is also reporting the WWE's absence. Sorry, Andrade's absence from AEW is due to the non-compete tied to his WWE release. And Fightful Select, right before we went on, had an extensive thing, but let's talk about this part. Added that sources in the WWE were of the belief that upon Andrade's departure from the company, he was, quote, effectively told that he was done without mention of a 90-day non-compete. So Andrade was of the understanding that he did not have a non-compete.
Right. Yeah.
People within the company were of the understanding that he did not have a non-compete.
Right. My thing is, what's in writing? Because if they said
1,000%.
this, hey, you're good to go. You can go wherever you want to go. Okay, cool. I'm under the understanding I can go wherever I want to go. He goes, Tony Khan, I'm clear I don't have a 90-day. Okay, great. He goes, he makes his appearance. WWE's like, oh, fuck, I didn't know that was going to happen. What is it? Do we have a 90-day in his contract? Yeah, we do. We just told him he didn't. The telling him isn't going to hold up. If you look at I know there's ethics involved and WWE clearly is on the side of like, this is stupid and fucked up. But like, when have you ever been able to trust WWE at their word about anything?
Oh, nothing. But here's the thing, and this is something Fightful's mentioned in their latest thing is even if Andrade were to challenge this in court, it would probably take longer than 90 days.
Because the 90-day doesn't include pay. There's a mention in the Fightful report about a similar situation with Brock, where it was basically laughed out of court, and he even changed the name of the F5 to the verdict because of it. And yes, that would take a longer period of time. I'm not saying WWE's in the right at all. I'm just saying the idea that it's not in the contract and there's somehow still Andrade still in AEW are still like, oh, we can't because they're like telling us they're going to sue. That's what I think.
I think we're taking different approach or tacks to saying the same thing. Because I'm saying if it's in writing, all right, then there's not much you can do about it.
Right.
If it's not in writing, then if WWE is just trying to strong arm somebody because they're WWE and have all this money and go ahead, try to challenge us in court. You know,
if it's not in writing. I mean, look, if WWE sent them a cease and desist, there has to be some sort of legal basis for that. I would think that it's probably in writing, but the general idea of a 90-day without pay is probably legally on shaky ground. And that's going to be the thing that's probably difficult to fight. If it's just Triple H or Nick Khan on the phone saying, you better not, I'd be kind of surprised if they're like, okay, cool. So... yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is back there. The bottom line is the one thing we can agree on is WWE's shitty for doing this, and they're idiots for not thinking that he was going to go to AEW.
Yeah.
So
if this is simply a situation where they didn't think he was going to go there, they got egg on the face, they're trying to save face to a degree, whether it's in writing or not, that there's a no-pay 90-day non-compete in his deal. Like, if he hadn't showed up in AEW, I kind of feel like this would be a non-story. This wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, for sure.
You know? And if they didn't foresee WWE that is a chance that Andrade could go there and let him walk anyways, come on.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, it's not the first time WWE's not aware of something that's like fucking clear as day and obvious. I don't know. Maybe they were listening to us because I know we were like, yeah, it'd be kind of surprising with AEW.
But then even like when he got released from WWE,
stop listening to us. We don't know what we're talking about.
It was Fightful said like it wasn't necessarily, a contentious departure. Like Tony Khan offered Andrade another deal.
Yeah, but it's like months after Tony Khan was like, yeah, we're not going to hire any ex-WWE guys. It's like, well, Andrade fits your bill really well. Like he is a wrestle guy. He's a wrestle guy. This isn't like, I don't know, I'm not going to throw names out there. Although we are going to talk about Ridge Holland. That's a fucked up situation right there.
We'll talk about that here in a minute.
Yeah. Let's talk about Seth Rollins now, though.
Sure. Let's do that. So according to Dave Meltzer, Seth Rollins can be missing a pretty extended period of time to recuperate from his apparent shoulder injury and maybe surgery, stating on a recent Wrestling Observer Radio that, and these transcripts come to you from wrestlingnews.co. Dave said the following: says, well, it looks like he's going to need surgery on the shoulder. And that's pretty much it. The story that I got was that he was going to have surgery as soon as possible. He's going to be out for a long time, probably past Mania. And so there was some other conversation regarding what they're going to do with the heavyweight championship, and it was all speculation. So I didn't include that.
Yeah.
It's not really news.
But wait, Larson, Dave Meltzer said it, so of course it's news.
No, it's still not really news, it's speculation.
Listen, if he thinks something's going to happen, that's news. Yeah, this is not surprising. You know, I watched the footage again, like a fan footage of him doing that cool coast to coast headbutt, and yeah, it's kind of obvious as day. Even when they did the angle on Raw, it's pretty obvious. He's got one shoulder here, and he's giving his other shoulder for them to drag him in for the tsunami.
Yeah.
So yeah, bummer of a situation. He'll have a huge return. And you know, we've said this before. Sometimes when you're forced to shake things up, you know, it can lead to you know, some situations that were not predictable because it wasn't part of the plan, but nonetheless, they could be pretty effective and interesting. So hopefully that is, what's this Jacob Fatu? I noticed there was like a thing about Jacob Fatu being, is he injured too?
Oh, that was on, I thought something on Body Slam Plus.
Yeah, same. But I didn't see the details there.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Jacob, what is this? Jacob Fatu is dealing with an injury that will, why don't we bust out the what do you want to talk about first?
All right.
I'll look up the Jacob Fatu. Actually, first, let's talk about this because we do have a sponsor this week. They've been a sponsor for us all week. Of course, this episode is brought to you by Steven Larson, us. We have a variety of ways you can help support us because we bring so much joy into your life. My goodness gracious. We have 3 YouTube channels between the two of us. 2 YouTube channels that are exclusively Steven Larson content, which later on today, our AEW predictions are going to be going up over the Friendo Club Wrestling channel, so be sure to check that out. All sorts of fun content over there, including the new blind power ranking show. We got a new episode of the match card game coming up soon. I'm going to do logos for these thumbnails, some really fancy logos.
I hope match card game is very kind of like reminiscent of match game logo.
You read my mind. We're on the same page here. Because that's absolutely where I'm going to go with that.
Are you going to have like your face on Gene Rayburn, for example?
I'm not going that far. I'm not going to do a whole weird Photoshop of some 70s game show that like you're just asking for the algorithm to kill us dead. So no, not going to do that.
Even just once, not even to really put on the thumbnail, just to do it to see if it's funny or not.
Look, man, if you want, I'll hop into ChatGPT right now and just have it whip up a picture of, you know, Fat John Cena on top of Gene Rayburn.
All right.
Okay. We're in. So we've got that going on over at Friendo Club Wrestling. Of course, the predictions challenge continues on here at AEW at Wrestle Dream this weekend. We will not be doing our live watch along because these things are really, really long. We'll be doing our live review on Monday because we have real sponsors then, and we want to juice those numbers for those sponsors. We'll be doing that on Monday. Hey, full transparency. You know, that's my middle name. Steve, full transparency, integrity.
I thought it was integrity. Okay, good. You mentioned integrity. Yeah,
I have several middle names.
Like John Felix and Anthony Cena, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a normal thing. Wrestle Dream, the predictions challenge, patreon.com/Steven Larson, which even if you get a free membership over at Patreon, I put all the links to all of our shows, so you don't have to rely necessarily on YouTube notifications for that. So you always get notified for that. Also, we have our question threads if you are a patron at $5 up or more. Yeah, so that we got to do a bonus episode. Hopefully early next week we'll get that in the can.
Yeah.
And then let's see here. MF Shop here. I got a bunch of bullshit that I like to sell. You know, it's just shit that I pull out of my garage, namely comic books I used to sell back in the day, some original artwork, some art prints, you know, sort of my side hustle, if you will. mfshophere.com. Got a bunch of bullshit over there. Buy stuff there. Friendoshop.com. Buy stuff there as well. We got a promo code Friendo2024. Again, full transparency. I'm not telling you this stuff, you know, just for shits and giggles. I want you to spend money on us, Larson.
Hey, do you speaking of shit in your garage, you still have your weight bench?
No, I got that. I got rid of that. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you. Oh, shit. We gave it to somebody I like much less than you. That's a bummer. I didn't even think, I thought you were good to go and set. It's too big. You know the size. It's like an Olympic size. I don't know why my mom got that for me.
Yeah, it's bulky. Yeah.
I'm not training for the strongman games, dude. It was really big. So, but man, if I knew that you would have been interested in that, I got rid of it a while ago.
Yeah, I
But I would have given that to you. So yeah, no, I can't do that. I mean, I can ask the dude who gave it to, hey, give that back. He's like a decent guy, but he's no Larson, you know.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, I make a lot of money because of you, so.
Yeah.
Or I make some money anyways.
Some, yeah. Dude. Anyways, the Steak Up Fatu thing, I got it up here from Body Slam Plus. Sounds like he, according to Body Slam Plus, dealing with a non-wrestling related injury. That's going to keep him out for a while. Says here possibly well into 2026.
Fuck. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What's the nature? It says the non-disclosed. Just we don't know.
Yeah.
Damn. That's a bummer.
It is a bummer.
That's a big bummer.
That's a huge bummer.
It looked like he was about to get a good push here.
Mm-hmm.
Probably beating Drew McIntyre and everything.
Probably.
They have a match coming up tomorrow on SmackDown, or they had one.
Yeah, that was advertised. Yeah.
Man, oh man. Well, that's really sad.
That's a bummer. That's a huge bummer.
Speaking of dudes who are also injured in this "What Do You Want to Talk About" edition, we've got Fisher 7121. He's not injured, but he does say, well, maybe he is. I don't know. But he says Kota Ibushi says he's going to be out for 2 years.
Yeah, there's an Instagram post where he's in the hospital and he confirmed he had a broken femur.
God.
They ran that clip a bunch on Dynamite Live. Well, at least 2 or 3 times on Dynamite Live.
Yeah, because it wasn't like...
You don't see his like upper leg like cracking too.
It's not like the Sid thing.
It's not graphic, no.
Yeah, yeah.
But, you know, he's getting up there in years. His body's been through a lot. Even just recently.
It has been.
Tore up shoulder, broke his ankle.
Yeah.
You know, and the injuries seemingly are continuing to mount for him. So, you know, speedy recovery, but more than anything, get healthy. Get healthy.
Yeah, I mean, he's Kota Ibushi, and he presents like a dude who is, you and I used to refer to him as like alien-ish, you know? It's like the things he would do, the crazy shit. I mean, he kind of, to a degree, there's like shades of like Darby Allin, you know? It's like this guy, if you look at his career in wrestling, he did some crazy shit. And yeah, eventually, unfortunately, he is a human that catches up with you.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, a very, very interesting fella. And I know somebody who, when we first started watching New Japan, really caught our eye, or just you know the Japanese scene, I should say. He really caught our eye.
Yep.
So yeah, hopefully after that 2 years, he's able to do what he wants to do in life. You know, that's all you can really say.
Yep. Exactly. Christina here says Samoa Joe saying he'll most likely retire after his current AEW contract expires.
Not surprising. He's up there in age too. I think he's like our age. He's
in his 40s.
He's up there. Yeah. And on top of that, dude, he's obviously he's done plenty. He's done like some video game voiceover work. He is in that Twisted Metal thing, but it's not his voice, which it should be. Like, I think
should be.
He's a better promo than Will Arnett.
Yeah.
As much as I like Will Arnett. I would be shocked if this guy was not wanted by Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
Joe could do killer things as an actor. I mean, he's got the face, he's got the chops, he's got everything.
He does.
I would be shocked if he didn't. If he wanted to really do Hollywood, I'm sure he could.
Absolutely.
Maybe he wants to stay in pro wrestling and be like a producer, but God, that'd be such a waste. I know it'd be great for anybody like, there, whatever company he ends up in.
Yeah.
It'd be a waste. Put him in Hollywood. I want to see him on the silver screen. My God.
That'd be amazing.
Amazing. Could you imagine like some sort of private eye show with Samoa Joe in the lead?
It'd be great.
It'd be amazing. It'd be great.
So Go Birds here says the Elimination Chamber reportedly being in Chicago and how that could affect the plans for Royal Rumble. So if Chamber's in Chicago, guess what? Phil's winning Chamber in his hometown.
That's a lock.
That is a lock.
That's a lock. If he's
absolute lock.
That's a total lock. Lock it in now.
Yep.
We're not sponsored by any betting app right now, but if you're if you're into the betting and they got that, lock it in.
Lock it in.
Put down $200, probably win $1 because it's probably the odds are going to be through the roof.
The odds are going to be it's going to be like minus
250,000
on Phil.
Yeah.
Celtic 69.
Nice.
Says Ridge Holland being released with a broken ankle, meaning he won't be able to work for at least 6 months. Celtic continues, personally, I think it's disgusting, but that's par for the course of this new WWE under TKO, heartless and relentless capitalism.
Well, hold on a second. Let's not forget that during the middle of a pandemic, when literally the wrestling industry shut down,
They released a bunch of people.
they released WWE before TKO released a lot of people.
Yeah.
So let's not start acting like before TKO discovered the art of being assholes. They're just trying to perfect it.
Seemingly.
So this Ridge bit is horrible because apparently he suffered this injury during doing a TNA gig.
There's a lot of layers to this that really suck for Ridge Holland.
There are a ton.
So let's back up a little bit.
To put it.
So apparently when he got sent to NXT, I guess his contract expired, and so he re-signed a deal, but not for main roster money. It was an NXT deal.
So I'm really curious because the number of the pay decrease was reported as $200,000.
Yeah.
What was he making? Was he making like $350 and it was knocked down to $150?
I mean, I assume everybody in NXT makes like $75,000.
Yeah, it's different. For everybody, it's different.
No, I know, but like on average, maybe.
There's okay, so for example, Jasmine Nix kind of verified that she was making in the 70 to 80 range.
Yeah.
Which she was not a featured star at all.
No.
I know. I remember hearing, and I don't have a source on this, but I just remember hearing Ricochet was making like double a normal NXT contract back when he was signed by NXT.
Yeah.
And so if he was making 5 and was knocked down to 3, if he was making 3, he was knocked down to 1. There's a lot of different layers there. There's like, it's like, okay, at NXT he was making $300 a year. That's really good. But if he was making like 100 and he still had to like do, there's like a lot of different scenarios. So I'm there is. What's the starting? Did he make $1 million and he was down to 800,000? I really doubt that. But like what was the situation? Yeah. But it's awful regardless. Then what's like, now he's out for 6 months.
Yeah, he broke his ankle at a TNA show, and at least he wasn't getting paid more for the TNA appearances, and I'd be surprised if anybody from NXT is getting paid more for the TNA appearances.
Yeah, I think it just falls under the regular WWE thing.
I think so. It's just one of their dates.
They're like, listen, TNA can't afford a lot. We're trying to get this TV deal, but even that's going to like barely cover their expenses.
Yeah. So I think it was Fightful that reported that WWE is going to pay for his rehab.
Yeah.
From his injury.
Yeah.
But, he won't be able to work.
He's not going to be able to work.
For 6 months.
Right.
Or however long it's going to take him to recover from the broken ankle.
So he's going to get no pay from, that.
Yeah.
So, boy, oh boy. That's a
situation where WWE covering his rehab is literally the least they can do, seemingly.
I mean, should we be grateful they're at least doing that? Maybe.
I would think if they didn't do that, like Ridge would be like, "All right, lawyer."
Yeah, maybe.
How are we gonna get some money out of this company to cover my injury costs at the minimum?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know, dude. That's all trash business right there.
It is.
That's garbage. That's horrible.
And then the Scots here says,
look, man, if you're with WWE, just, man, you got to save your money because they will fuck you over, dude.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep. The Scots here says Mike Chioda saying that refs should be in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely. Can you imagine a pro wrestling Hall of Fame without Little Nate in it?
I don't want to imagine that world. Yeah, first ballot. That guy, he would be the headliner. Do a whole video package on him. It'd be amazing.
Think of Little Nate, Nick Patrick, NWO Ref.
The NWO Ref alone. Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, Hebner, come on.
Earl Hebner.
Yeah.
Dave Mike Hebner. Chioda, for that matter.
Chioda, for sure. Yeah.
There's a lot of refs I could think of that deserve a spot.
Of the current ref situation, who's the headliner?
Current refs?
Yeah.
Strictly in WWE?
Nah, man, all over.
Oh, it's Red Shoes.
Red Shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Shoes. What's the name of heel ref in AAA?
Torontis.
Torontis. I was going to say Toronto. Torontis. That's right. Torontis. Only in WWE.
Oh, Jack Daddy.
Jack Daddy. Spider.
Rob Zapata.
Yeah, Rob Zapata right there. Yeah. But no shade to Danilo.
No.
Jessica.
Nope. No shade whatsoever.
The zombie NXT ref.
Eddie Orango.
Eddie Orango. Who could forget Eddie? Great names. Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, totally. Russ should totally go in the Hall of Fame.
Bianca Belair, probably not.
Well, at least not for as
right.
a referee.
Not
as
as
not
1,000%. Not in the ref wing. Cause my favorite fucking Bianca character beat is I don't really know how to referee. And during the match, sure enough, she didn't really know how to ref. She got pissed off and just wonked it. Oh, that was hilarious. Like, what do I know about being a ref? I don't want to be a ref. Wrestlers who were special guest refs. Let's put the Hall of Fame attire. I'm sorry, let's put the attire in the Hall of Fame. Who's the headliner?
Oh, Shawn Michaels with little short shorts. And his Wrestling Academy shirt on.
Why did he wear them little booty shorts?
I don't know. Maybe they're comfortable.
It could be. That's a possibility. Yeah. That could be. He wore the little tiny booty shorts. Came out there as a referee that time.
Yeah. That's the answer you're looking for, too.
That was exactly the answer. That was exactly the answer I was looking for.
Yep.
Oh, man. That was fun. Ah, fuck. It says here on the notes we got to talk about AEW Dynamite.
Yeah, 3 hours of AEW talk.
God damn, man. Jeez.
At least they're giving us here. I understand their stories going on in AEW, and I appreciate it. Like everything, there's a story involved. Some of it is I appreciate what they're doing with Statlander and Tony because it's a little bit out there.
It's pretty funny. I like that.
And it's funny. I appreciate they're taking a different approach to stuff. The highlight of Dynamite every week is whatever Okada and Takeshita is doing.
That is
and
so
usually
true.
It's not enough.
That is so true.
I could use so much more.
Yeah.
But every little thing they do is something as simple as Takeshita sending a video in from Japan after winning the IWGP World Heavyweight title for Callis' birthday, and Okada grabs the remote and just very casually turns the TV off. Callis goes, "Oh my gosh, what happened?" And Okada again just casually pressed the wrong button.
I'm pressed the wrong button. I'm sorry.
Okada's comic timing is so good.
It really is. This Takeshita Okada thing needs to last years because it's so good. I don't even know why Okada's so fucking good.
Yes.
Like last week. Wait, I don't know, or 2 weeks ago. We got a team together. I don't want to team with him. Yes, we're going to team together. Okada is just the master of petty. That's what it is. Yep. He's this guy who's absolutely beautiful, greatest wrestler in modern day, one of the winningest guys. He's this god, right? But when he does like Balloon Okada, he's fucking hilarious. And now that he's petty Okada, it's fantastic. But like you said, it's such a little taste. It's so small. Maybe that's why it's so effective.
It could be.
But it's just in small bits. You can tell the guy's having fun, which is why I'm so glad that he landed where he did. I know he gets a lot of criticism for his booking, but I love that he landed in AEW because we would not have been getting this stuff in WWE.
No, not at all. Not at all. I was kind of reflecting last night on something like that. Actually today, while I was at the gym, thinking about wrestlers, if they had gone to WWE, what they would be doing, or if they had stayed in WWE. What it was on PW Insider, they had a Q&A, and someone asked if anybody had been treated better by AEW than WWE. Mm-hmm. And so I can't remember who wrote it for PW Insider, but they said Toni Storm. I was like, 1,000%.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Toni Storm would not be doing anything close to what she's doing now if she'd stayed in WWE.
No.
At all.
Yeah.
But same with Swerve. If Okada had gone to WWE, I don't know what he'd be doing. Probably wouldn't be as entertaining as this. Mm-hmm. Same with Ospreay.
Yeah, I mean, I think Swerve probably would have been the closest. I think if WWE picked him up, like, there's nothing that he did besides, like, the deathmatch stuff, which to me, it's like, yeah, that's cool and everything, but I don't think his character work is so outside of what like WWE would have had.
No,
to
it's
do.
not. But just the fact that he wasn't really given a whole lot of. I mean, what he was on main roster for 3 weeks before he was released or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah. But I'm saying if he did his AEW, if he had his AEW run and then they brought him back, it's like, hey, we're going to spend a lot of money on you, therefore we're going to feature you. I don't think
that's a different situation. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that's what you were talking about. Okay.
No, I was talking about the situation where if Swerve hadn't got released or Tony hadn't got released.
Yeah, no, they were doing, the hit row thing just did, yeah. I wanted to like it, but it was just sort of like, I don't know if these guys even like each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tony for sure. Tony is one of those like, oh, they kind of just they got lightning in a bottle there. And I don't think WWE would have given her the freedom to try to do that.
No. Or if they did, it would be a situation where it'd be like a tenth of what she actually wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. Clown said,
I saw that.
Larson was at the gym because Steve gave the weight bench to someone else.
I have a weight bench, but here's the thing: my weight benches, like, admittedly, I'm not the type that's going to drop like $500 on a weight bench, like a good quality one. So I get the $150 ones and hope they don't fall apart within a year. Well, the one I got started to fall apart.
That's really dangerous, bro. In what way is it? What way is it falling?
So on the seat,
you're in the fucking spot me.
So the
on
seat,
the ground,
the seat, where you put your butt, where you sit. Two of the screws have coming out of the bottom, and I don't know where they're at.
Oh Jesus!
So all I gotta do is take one of the screws from the two that are still connected, move it to the other side on like diagonally across, and it's fine. But I just haven't done it yet.
Okay,
but then some of the trim is starting to fall off.
Please don't hurt yourself.
No, I don't. That's why I'm going to the gym
now.
I do most of my heavy stuff. I do most of my heavy stuff at the gym now.
Okay, well that's good. That's good. Yeah, be careful. There's enough. I did this. Well, fuck, man, you're my bread and butter, dude. What the hell? I need you around. And on top of that, like if you can't play basketball anymore, god damn.
That's the larger thing.
That's the biggest thing. Yeah, that's. But no, I did a video last night on Wrestle Juice looking at the whole Undertaker Michelle McCool podcast situation.
Oh, yeah.
How he ditched the bro for his wife, and people are all up in arms about it.
Yeah.
And it's just funny because like there's a bunch of fucking thumbnails out there of like Undertaker's podcast sucks. I'm like, this dude gave like decades to the industry. He kept kayfabe that entire time. And now he wants to hang out with his wife on his podcast. And people are like, fuck you, old man. Your wife sucks. So I don't want that kind of shit, man. I don't need that in my life. Anyways. Oh God. So let's just go ahead and run this down. I mean, look, it's in advance of what's sure to be a really good pay-per-view.
Yeah, the card's good. The card is good.
But it's just, they bust out like ostensibly like a 3-hour Dynamite, and it's a go. It's an AEW go home. Like you said, there was some, I do like the Stat Tony stuff, how they can't keep from like fighting even if it's like a no, and then Renee's response to that. I thought that was good, but like, there's just not a lot. And I like the little short film with Darby and Mox. I thought that was cool.
It was fine. It was fine. But like, your title feud is the story they've told for a grand total. I understand it predates it with the Ops helping out Hangman, but really, this is a story that's, in terms of their feud, their heat between Joe and Hangman, this is 3 weeks.
Yeah. Right.
And this is for your top title.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I just wish they had gone into it a bit more. The idea that people, as Joe had mentioned, still view Hangman as someone with a bit of imposter syndrome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they think they could take advantage of that. And Hangman's like, no, I'm not that dude anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting thing to really explore. And you got someone like Joe who's got such gravitas about him.
Yeah.
And you don't really delve into that a whole lot, apart from that one promo and a couple mentions of it. Like, give me some meat. Find some scenarios in which Joe can maybe expose Hangman.
That's the thing. It needs to be more based in action and interesting ways to approach it physically instead of, oh, Hangman's here commentary. Talk. But then also like, oh, Hangman just helped out Joe, It's like, you guys aren't bringing what you have some really good ingredients here. You're not putting it together right.
I know. If Joe could put Hangman in a situation where Hangman starts to question himself even just a little bit.
Yeah.
And Joe thinks, advantage is mine.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting stuff, potentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I'm kind of bummed out they haven't really done that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a matter of like, look, what's baked into it is we know the match is going to be good, and they will probably tell some sort of really cool story in the ring during the match.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like the weekly television, you know, a go home that offers up 3 hours, and there's a lot of kind of non-consequential matches going on. I mean, some had consequence, but so we had the main event of Dynamite was of the 2 hours was the Ops defending the trios titles against LFI with Hangman on commentary. The Ops get the win where Joe gets a Jalisco and a Coquina clutch off a dive. And so they get the win. And then LFI attack the Ops. Rush sort of spits in the direction of Hangman. He leaves commentary, clears the ring of LFI. Joe picks up the AEW title, turns towards Hangman. Joe shoves it in Page's chest to give it to him, and he leaves. So no love lost there.
It's kind of a bummer that Joe didn't do the thing like he thought Hangman did to him.
Mm-hmm, yeah, right.
Put it in his chest and then drop it.
And then drop it, yeah. Roosh versus Hangman could be a really fun if they pick up that thread at all.
Snug.
Yeah, that could be really good stuff. Roosh needs to get in a title scene.
He does. I will never forget that match with him and Jack Perry where Roosh spent 12 minutes beating the shit out of him.
It's a great match. Match of the year
match.
There.
It's
yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
We talked about the Statlander Tony Storm stuff a little bit. So early in the show, they have a sit-down interview with Renee, and as soon as the interview starts, they start getting undressed.
Into their wrestling attire under their clothes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make no mistake.
So Renee's like, enough. And as she does that, she throws off her jacket too. So Tony says, Chris, it's not you, it's me. I thought when I lost that title, I'd be free of the tears and the fears of it, but now I have nothing. My canvas went blank, and my heart only starts beating when I dream of it. I want that championship. Close your eyes and picture it, and it's around my waist. I'm done. I'm done with the. I don't know what that says. So the Statlander indeed is my murderer, so be it. You don't know what you are without the title, but who are you? So Stat says you've allowed the title loss to cause you to lose yourself, but you need to remember what you've been all along. And you've never been able to figure me out. So who I am now is a culmination of every iteration I've been before. I'm different now than I was when you faced me at All Out. Says we're living in a world and I'm the champ of it. She says I'm an extraordinary being, a person who will outlive her doubters, and the most deserving of this prestige in this moment. So Godspeed, Tony. I'll give you the rest you deserve. So Tony stands up. This is a great line. Says, wrestling is the lie that reveals the truth. And we've told some ridiculous lies, but at Wrestle Dream, we'll find our truth. So they stand up. Stat says, Tony, you know the truth. You just have to accept it. And she asks if the interview is over. Renee says, yes. And Tony says, good. Meet me in the ring.
So then they all both go out to the ring and they fight. Yeah. And then and they both take turns imploring the other to blast them with the title. They're daring each other to do it. And neither of them do. Yeah. Tony has the title for this last bit, puts the title on Stat's shoulder instead, kisses her on the forehead. Mm-hmm. So it's been like they've taken something that again has been a pretty quick turnaround, and at least they've attempted to bring some creativity and some absurdity to it. Mm-hmm. And I really appreciate that every time they're around each other, they have to fight. But it's not like a traditional sense. It's very theatrical because of who we're dealing with. Like Statlander at one point was an alien, and so I appreciate that they're bringing something different to a convention that's pretty well done at this point.
Yeah. Yep. So you mentioned the Mox and Darby face to face. So they set it up. First, they have a recap of Darby attacking Mox at New York City Comic Con. And then they say, well, this is earlier today in an undisclosed location. It's obviously just some sort of jail or prison because it's one of the visitation rooms.
They did this. It's basically, Batman Riddler type thing from that last Batman movie.
Yeah.
And so Darby always cracks me up because Darby to me will always be angsty teen.
Yeah,
John. That being said, I appreciated the cinematography here. I thought it was filmed nicely.
Yeah, they need to do something about the audio because Mox was mic for shit.
Yeah, just put get some like under the shirt laughs,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like this. I thought it was good. I thought the reveal of Pac showing up and killing Darby or not killing him, but ramming his head into the plexiglass or whatever it is was a little bit. It's like, really, Darby, you didn't plan for that one, but otherwise, I like this. It's cheesy, it's soap opera-y, but I thought they both did a good job with the material, and I thought it was well filmed.
Yeah, the audio needed a little work. So, anyways, they're meeting face to face. They're on opposite sides of the glass partition. And Mox takes a seat, says, Darby, you understand the implications of an I Quit match in Toronto. There was zero chance you were going to put me in a coffin. He says, this game is rigged in both directions. You'll never quit. I'm certainly not going to quit. So what are we going to do? How is this going to end? If you want to be on the right side of history, it's never too late. This was interesting from Darby. He says, it is, John. I wish it was, but it's too late. There's not a day that goes by where I don't think about joining the Death Riders.
Yeah, that was cool.
He says, I understand the cause, what you're trying to do, but it's you that I don't respect. This is all about Danielson. I saw what you did to him. Why would I want to go to war with somebody if he stabbed his brother in the back? And Mox is like, we're still talking about Danielson. I did the best I could for him. This is a war for the future of our craft, and sacrifices need to be made. Think that isn't tough for me? You don't know what what sacrifice is. None of you do. And Darby says, when I was at the top of the summit of Everest and held that AEW flag over the world, AEW represents freedom, and I see what you're doing. You're slowly chipping away at what makes this place special. So this is a little bit potentially of a contradiction in what Darby says. I understand what you're trying to do. I think about joining, but at the same time, you're chipping away about what makes this place special. So which one is it?
Oh man, can he have it both ways? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this is a good point.
He says, I'm going to hang that flag in my house to remind myself of everything AEW provides for me. But before I do, I'm going to wrap it around your throat when you say I quit. At Wrestle Dream, all the Death Riders are going to realize that your word doesn't mean a thing. This whole operation is going to come crumbling down. Mox says, it might not mean anything to you, but I've never lied to you. Your opponent at Wrestle Dream is not me, never has been. Every time you go in the ring, climb a mountain, or set yourself on fire, you're fighting ghosts and demons of the past. I've played that game and never ends well. Trying to prove to the world that you're indestructible. That is a selfish game, and I am not selfish. This is not about me. And then Pat comes up behind Darby and just beats the shit out of him, starts throwing him against the walls, and then rams him into the glass partition, and Darby's blood is smearing all against the glass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is an interesting thing because Mox talking about how he Darby, I'm not going to quit. Mox has quit twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Matches. So.
Yeah. This is gonna be a brutal match. This is gonna be a brutal ass match. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be really good. I was bummed out though. I don't think we got to hear the Prime Death Riders theme in 3 hours last night. We got Claudio's version. We got Yuta's version.
Yeah.
I don't think we got the regular one. It's basically become like my number one current modern day wrestling theme song.
It's interesting.
Yeah. We have a super chat here from Psycho Jet Black. Says, was it a mutual decision between the two of you to keep your real names from being leaked online? He claims that my last name, here, and your first name, and, are fake. He says it's impressive after all these years to keep it private. I don't know what more to tell you guys. Larson's first name is And. He says, and Larson. It's, I think, Scandinavian in descent, but that's a real thing. My last name is Here. I know it's it's a little weird, but I mean, some might call it kismet, could call it, fate.
Synchronicity.
Right. That, we linked
Serendipity.
Up as great friends in college in astronomy class. And it was like, hey, my last name is Here. Your name is Ann. Steve Here. And that's crazy.
It works.
And then
peanut butter and jelly.
Right, exactly. Better than that, actually. We're like Uncrustables. We're just like packed together in this frozen concoction of yeast.
Just like trapped there.
Trapped together.
For all eternity until someone takes a bite. And we have an opportunity at freedom, as fleeting as it is, before another bite is taken.
Then we just end up as shit in somebody's guts. So yeah. We had Claudio versus Roderick Strong. Claudio got the win there. And then later on, we had Yuta and Garcia facing Kyle O'Reilly and Orange Cassidy. Mox just showed up, lingering in the crowd like Lex Luger at a mall. Orange hits Yuta with a stun dog. And then Mox jumps the barricade. Kyle O'Reilly puts Garcia in a guillotine. Orange takes out Yuta with a suicide dive. Mox tells Marina to get on the apron. She does to distract the ref. Garcia taps out. Kyle O'Reilly releases the hold, though. Claudio hits him with an uppercut. And then Garcia covers to get the win. So standard Death Rider situation there.
Yeah, pretty much. So then we had a brawl breakout. Tomohiro Ishii and Roddy come out to help Kyle and Orange, but they get taken out too. So Mox gets a mic before he can say anything. Darby's music hits. So he's stumbling out on the stage, still selling the beatdown from earlier in the day. Claudio goes flying down the ramp like he's fired out of a cannon and destroys Darby with an uppercut.
Mm-hmm.
Darby gets to his feet, so Pac drops him with a running boot. So Darby starts crawling towards the ring again, while Garcia and Yuta come to the floor and beat him up. Darby keeps crawling to the ring. Maria hits him with a boot right in the face. Puts his hand on the apron to help him up, get to his feet. So the conglomeration, get back into it. They brawl with the rest of the Death Riders as Darby crawls in the ring by Mox. Darby gets that AEW flag out of his jacket, takes the mic from Mox and says, "It's never too late, John, to say I quit."
John.
And then Mox just drops him with the paradigm shift.
The flag looked too nice. This should have he should have spattered something that looks like blood, like some red paint on it, left it out in the sun, sprinkled some bleach on it, perhaps, just make it look really rough.
A little weathered, yeah.
Because he took it to Everest.
Yeah.
Yeah. He should have made up a story. One of the guys I was climbing with died up there, John. So I wrapped this flag around his body, put it on my back, and I came back with it. It's like, really? That's
grim.
That's really grim. What was his name? John!
John!
His name was John, too!
So we had a bunch of stuff with Kenny and Callis family.
Bro, this is a fucking mess, dude.
So they show the Kota Ibushi's injury a lot, and they cut backstage, like the first time they show it, to Jack Perry pitching Kenny Omega and teaming together on Dynamite, and Kenny's like, yeah, fine. Before that match, though, we have a Jack Perry promo, and he's talking about the Young Bucks. Says, I don't hate them. In fact, I love them. I'll always be grateful for everything they've done for me, but when I needed them most, they didn't have my back. So I looked to my past to find someone who would. Luchasaurus steps in the frame and snarls.
Hey, that was a good snarl. That was good.
Oh, thanks.
We had a Don Callis birthday party celebration, but it was great because it was a pre-filmed thing in a little private dining area.
That was great.
And so they all take a seat around the table. He's like, hey, thanks everybody for being here. I'm here for you, and the family is growing, and we've got power. Numbers are power. And he says, I'm prepared to do whatever it takes to get this family what they need. That's my promise and gift to all of you. He says, speaking of gifts, I don't know what to open first. So Kyle Fletcher stands up. He says, hey, I've got a gift for you. And there's a TV there. They turn on the TV, and it's a video from Takeshita. He says, Don, I want to thank you for how much you've done for me. And because of that, for you, I'm going to go win the IWGP title. And you have to appreciate the split now to really drive that wedge between Takeshita and Okada, that Takeshita's baby facing it up within the Callis family.
I know.
Don, I appreciate you. I'm going to do this for you. And mid-sentence, Okada. And I know you were doing this too. Looking at Okada the entire time Takeshita's on there. He's just sort of like, and then he just picks up the remote. Dunk.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, what happened? Oh, I'm sorry. Must have pressed the wrong button. And then he just goes back to what he was doing.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah.
So then Callis proposes a toast to family. So then we get a recap of Takeshita winning the IWGP Heavyweight title. Next up, we had Mark Davis, Josh Alexander, and Hechicero taking on Jurassic Express and Kenny Omega. Kenny sorry, no. Jurassic Express get the win for their team after they hit Hechicero with the Doomsday device. Young Bucks hit the ring after the match, take out Jurassic Express with super kicks, set up for a Meltzer driver. Well, Kenny comes in to break it up. Matt's about to super kick him when he turns around, but puts on the brakes. So 3 of them start arguing. The Luchasaurus takes out the Young Bucks with clotheslines. And then Jack Perry takes out everybody on the floor with a huge dive off the top.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good stuff here with Kenny about being unsure about helping Jack Perry.
Yeah.
That was good.
The main event of Collision, for you Collision Cowboys. Us Collision Cowboys, I should
Guns
say.
up, Steve.
Guns up. Sees Kyle Fletcher, Rocky Romero, and Lance Archer teaming against Mark Briscoe and Brodito. Rocky ends up eating the pin here after Brodito hit him with a running knee / Gonzo Bomb combo. Briscoe and Fletcher start brawling up the ramp, go backstage. Brodito poses their titles in the ring. But then, all the lights start going out. You have to appreciate El Clone.
Oh, I do.
It goes from the H, which this is like such a loose H, and he turns it into a C. So while he's distracting them, Okada shows up, blasts Brody with the unified title in the back. Bandito eats a Rainmaker, and Okada ends Collision, holding both the tag titles. So is Okada or Takeshita going to eat the pin here in this match?
That is a good question.
I mean, if Takeshita's the babyface, I don't think it'd be too out of pocket. I know he's the new Japan.
It's probably gonna be Takeshita, and it's probably gonna be Okada in some way leading to it.
Yeah. Right, exactly. I don't think that's like, oh, it's gonna be shady as hell him eating that pin.
So Mercedes now has 10 titles and has dubbed herself Ultimo Monet.
That's great.
So she has an interview. She won a title in Denmark, I think it was.
She should really combine those and just call herself Ultimo Monet.
I know. But so she has an interview with Renee and just says, she has a match in CMLL on Friday against Persephone, but she's going to be at Wrestle Dream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just like I guess Eddie and Hook are going to be at Wrestle Dream.
Hey.
The tailgate.
The tailgate.
So we had a tag match, Hurt Syndicate versus Gates of Agony. Ricochet helps Gates of Agony get the win. It's like I was making a point. It's the first time that Shelton and Lashley had been pinned.
Oh, yeah.
A standard tag match.
Yeah.
So ref is distracted by MVP. Ricochet runs in, hits Shelton with a spirit gun, and then Bishop Khan covers to get the win. After the match, MVP clobbers Bishop Khan with his cane and checks on Shelton as the Demand make their way up the ramp.
Okay, so wait a second. The Wrestle Dream match is a trios match, right?
Tornado trios match.
Oh, this one's a Tornadoes trios match. Okay, all right.
Which I don't know how that's much different than a street fight, but anyways.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because like a tornado, you could do whatever you want.
Yeah, there's effectively no rules.
Honestly, tornadoes just should be like, you don't have to worry about tags, but 10 counts matter, like
DQs are in effect. Can't use weapons. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's weird. We had Jamie Hayter taking on Sky Blue ahead of her match against Tekla. Hayter gets the win with a Haterade. Tekla shows up on the Tron, and she gives her reasoning for attacking Jamie Hayter. She was like, you just happen to be there. Wrong time, wrong place, which I appreciate the honesty. They didn't even try with the story here.
Yeah.
She was just like, you're just there. But I appreciate she's like, my name means chaos.
Yeah.
It means poison. And on a Saturday, it's going to get toxic to the core. So go on, Jamie, and impress me. I don't think she's going to. Tekla's going to win that match.
Yeah, Tekla's probably going to win that match. So we had on Collision a backstage bit where Bowens has all his framed magazine covers and whatnot, whereas Caster still has his trademark certificate. So Bowens is telling Caster that he's never going to tag with him again, ever. And Caster's like, I agree, because you look ridiculous with all those picture frames. Because at this point, Bowens has 5 of them. He's
got a lot of picture frames, yeah.
So they're arguing while Alicia is trying to do the interview. And she says to them, you don't really have much say in the situation because it's Tony Khan booking these matches. And both of them just implore Tony Khan not to book them in a tag match again. So Alicia's like, so the Acclaim's back together? They're like, no, not the Acclaimed.
Right. We also had Megan Bain taking on Harley. Megan's now loosely associated with FTR and Stokely after the events of last week, I think.
Collision? Yeah, there was the 6-person mixed tag match last week on Collision, right?
That's right.
I didn't even watch Collision. I know that happened.
So Stokely, my memory's bad. There's so many things going on. So Stokely hands a mic over to Megan Bain. Probably shouldn't have. And she talks shit about Willow. And Stokely talks shit about Willow. And then,
And then Jet Speed and Willow and Harley show up on the Tron. They talk shit. Like, we're not scared of y'all. We're going to show up. And so Willow shows up in the ring. Is that what it was?
Yeah, like it was
Willow and Harley sneak in the ring.
It was like the Tron was pre-filmed. It wasn't live. Yeah. And so they were able to sneak in there. So yeah, they did all that. And then
the match actually happened.
Yeah, and then we actually had the match. Didn't matter, though, even though they were able to get the sneak attack. Megan Bain still beat Harley. But she did kick out of an F5.
Yeah. There was a funny bit with Harley in the pre-filmed Tron video where she says FTR stands for Fear of the Wrath. And everybody's like, you forgot about the W.
Got the W.
Says, like, I am missing the W, but I'm going to get that tonight.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
It was pretty clever.
And then, like you said earlier, we had a little promo with Eddie and Hook. It was Collision, so they got to do an Eddie Hook promo. They always
I guess
do that.
So. It's like Eddie, you get 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Set up here what you're doing at Wrestle Dream.
It's like he never left. It's like this dude's gone for over a year, and he's doing exactly what he would have been doing had he not been gone at all. But
to a certain extent, yeah. I don't know if he'd be tagging with Hook, but
I mean, why not? So yeah, they're gonna do the tailgate thing.
Yeah,
they do have good chemistry. Oh, is that what it is? An open challenge?
Yeah, they said. Well, I mean, Eddie says we're gonna be there. Whoever wants to show up, go ahead and show up.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
All right, you want to answer some questions? That was Dynamite Collision.
That was Dino Collision.
This is a great question here from Luis.
What's up? Steve
and Larson both entered an eating contest in their primes. What would be the agreed upon food, and who would win?
Hot dogs.
What's the most hot dogs you ever had in one sitting?
My guess would be, because I've never tried to eat a lot in one sitting. Where was it? I don't know how many I had that time we went to the River Cats game.
I had 6. Most I ever had at one time where it's 9.
That is a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. If I was preparing for it, I feel like at my prime I could probably beat you. But I don't want to, in order to win those things, let me ask you this. If we had a competition for hot dog eating, would you do the water thing?
I mean, strategically, that's the idea, right?
See, that's why I would lose then. I would lose. I couldn't do I'm going to compete in this eating contest, therefore I'm going to make this food disgusting.
Yeah.
I draw the line. I'm just going to, take in 4 of these things, be happy, and call it a day. I'll take the loss. Cool with that. L. So, yeah.
You want to blind power rank some fast food items, Steve?
Obviously.
All right, that's from Sebastian Garcia.
All right, hold on. Wait. I'm going to do this blind. I got to get the thing. How many do we have?
5.
All right. I nailed this last time we did the circus one.
Yeah, let's see if you do the circus one, fair one, yeah.
All right, so I don't know why I always think of I always use those words
interchangeably.
Yeah.
All right, it's first one. Thing. You ready?
Yeah, man, I'm ready.
All right, first one here: sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle. Where do you place that one?
This is breakfast sandwiches?
This is a variety of fast food items.
Oh, fast food items? Fuck.
Ooh. Starting off with a difficult one for you.
I mean, bro, I don't know if there's another fast food item that I derive as much pleasure from more than that version of the McGriddle. I mean, dude,
sausage,
those things
egg,
are
and cheese, really?
Those are fucking outstanding.
But you also don't know what else is coming.
You're right, I don't. But I feel safe putting that at number 1.
All right, the McGriddle's number 1.
The McG is number 1.
All right, I feel like this one is going to be probably 5 on your list. Chick-fil-A waffle fries. 5.
Unless there's some sort of fucking pineapple burger on this thing, then yeah, Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
All right, next, the Burger King long chicken sandwich.
Hey, I love it, but I don't get as much pleasure eating that thing as I do the McGriddles. I'll put there's got to be something better at 2, so I'll put the long boy there at 3.
Okay. Next up, the Taco Bell Crunchwrap.
Oh, I'm down with that. Unless you drop something really disgusting at 4. I'll put that at 4.
Okay. The number 2.
Yeah.
Big Mac.
Oh yeah. No, nailed it. Oh damn. Yeah, I'm down with the Big Mac. There's too much bread, I think. But I mean, maybe I could have, done 2 and 3 different, but I got no problem with the way I blind rank this.
Okay.
No
You're happy
problems.
with your blind rank.
I'm happy.
That's what really matters.
Yeah, really. Let me see if I can find the question thread.
All right. Mr. Sinister here says, so with the world title that might be vacant, power rank the following wrestlers that could be the next champion. There's Drew, Sammy, Brock, Finn, AJ. Of those names.
Finn is last. AJ's 4.
Sammy 3.
I'd say Brock
3.
is 3.
Sammy 2, Drew 1. That's how it should be.
Should be. Out of those names, Drew should be 1. Out of those names, Drew is 2 and Sammy's 1. Drew's not even on the right brand.
Neither is Sammy. Sammy's on SmackDown too.
Oh, he is on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see here. Art Guy says, do you think Tiffany should turn heel this Friday? Tomorrow? Yeah, sure. Why not?
Sure. Yeah.
That'd be good.
Josh M., this is a good question. Given all the drama around Andrade, should the talks to a wrestlers union be brought back?
They're not going to do it.
Probably wouldn't do it.
Be cool if they did. But they're
really
not.
Kind of surprised.
Who's talking about it,
I don't know. Like they take the Screen Actors Guild model, kind of.
Yeah.
Apply that to wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but that would seem to be at least somewhat comparable.
Ronan the Analyst says, what crime did Pat commit to end up the prisoner side of jail? What's like an old-timey 1920s
Murther.
Murther. He committed murther. I'm gonna look this up really quick.
Death by Planet.
Yeah, I remember that one. What's a weird crime from the 1920s? Something involving prohibition, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Did he commit the Gruber family murders? This is just an AI overview, so it's probably just made up. A weird and shocking crime. Oh my God. From the 1920s was the murder of the Gruber family and their maid at a remote Bavarian farm. Here we go. The Hinterkaifeck murders, where the killer lived at the farm for days after the attack, feeding the animals and the corpses before disappearing without a trace. I don't know if that's an AI goof or if that's like something, if he fed the corpses. I thought maybe he was feeding the corpses to the livestock.
Yeah, that's how I was interpreting that. Ugh.
What were the illegal activities? Here we go. Yeah, I thought it'd be something prohibition related for Pac.
The real Chestnut asked, how's the weather? It's fine now. It was raining the 2 days
How many windows in here?
I do. Right here. It's sunny out.
Let's get it.
There
That's
like
what's his face used to do that? Eraserhead guy, David Lynch.
Yeah.
Remember he used to do this a little bit every day. He would upload a video.
The weather report, yeah.
Today it's 76 degrees outside.
Creedy Beef Tips asks, which female wrestler deserves a John Cena style retirement tour? Any and all of the 4 horsewomen, for sure.
Oh my gosh, yeah, for sure. I mean,
if Trish Stratus could
Yeah,
set aside
Trish.
the time to do it, then Trish.
I was going to say Trish. All right, now it's your turn to blind rank food items,
Awesome.
Larson.
Cool.
I was hoping somebody would do this.
Yeah, me too.
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items.
Food items?
Appetizers today on the agenda.
All right.
Appetizers. 1, 2, 3,
All right.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's 7. Okay.
All right, hit me.
All right. For appetizers, number 1, mozzarella sticks.
7.
Okay. All right.
I don't eat cheese. I don't see the appeal of them. Not for me.
All right. All right.
Easy 7.
Easy 7, he says. Fried pickles.
Fried pickles aren't bad.
Yeah. I'm down with fried pickles.
Yeah, fried pickles are pretty solid. I wouldn't necessarily choose them over probably a bunch of other options. So I'll put them at kind of middle of the pack. I'll put them at 4.
I'm really curious what you're going to put at number 1.
There's probably a lot of cheesy stuff on there, isn't there?
There's a couple, but the next one is not. Boneless wings. You're well known to be a non-wing guy. You don't like the wings.
You know, the interesting thing about, like, I like the flavor of wings. I just don't feel like you get a lot. I mean, you have to pick whatever little scraps of meat you can off the bone. So you think boneless wings, yeah, it just tastes like processed garbage.
It's like 10 seconds of bullshit trying to gnaw your way through bone. Sucks.
I should have put fried pickles at 3 and then put boneless wings at 4.
You would have put it that high, really?
But here's the thing: if there's stuff on there that's got a lot of cheese on it, that's going to be bottom of the list because I just can't handle it. So by default, boneless wings has to be 3.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I feel like you're biffing this already, dude. Next up, what do you think of burger sliders?
Oh, those are good.
Those are great.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah.
As long as there's no cheese on them, that's pretty high. I'll put sliders at 1.
Boom. Done.
All
right.
Love me a good slider.
You might have just redeemed your list. Next up, chicken or steak fully loaded nachos.
Now, if it's a situation where it's actual cheese,
You can tell them ease up on the cheese. I feel.
or if it's the orange cheese product, that's got no cheese in it,
Okay.
and those are delicious. If they're fully loaded with some steak on there and like some jalapenos and
Yeah,
some
shit's
pico de
bomb, man.
gallo, give me the nachos at 2.
All right. Okay. There you go. There you go.
It's a solid top 2.
What do you have filled in so far?
I only have 5 and 6 left.
Okay. Next up, onion ring tower.
Onion rings don't really do much for me.
I have to be in like a real onion ring mood for that.
And usually if it's really dependent on the batter. If the batter is garbage, then it's like I'm just eating an onion. What's the fun in this?
Once I've had like 3 onion rings, I'm good. I don't need a whole tower.
Yeah.
Is that going to go at 6?
Yeah, that's at 6.
You might have salvaged this thing. Good job. And then the last one is fried avocado rolls.
Oh, actually sounds good.
I've never had that, but it does sound good. I like avocado.
I guess by default that's 5, but I'd heck eat that.
I feel like you did well. I feel like you were about to biff it, but then you turned it around.
No, I think the only misstep is if I had known the nachos was one of the cheese things, then I would have put the boneless wings at 5.
Yeah, boneless wings probably.
That's it. But if it was going to be like mac and cheese or something like that,
yeah.
I couldn't risk putting that at high up there because it's not my jam.
Yeah. Theoretically, Drew says, with DC having a crossover with AEW, what non-conventional superheroes or villains would get over in wrestling?
Like Killer Croc would be over huge.
He'd be huge.
Imagine the dream match: Killer Croc versus Luchasaurus.
Yeah. How about this? Clayface. It'd be like always oh God, which one is actually Clay? Because he could morph into other people.
Yeah.
Oh God, no, he's starting to melt. That's Clayface. Put him in the figure 4. He just, good luck locking those legs in.
Can't do it.
Guy's just like gooey clay, which is weird because I've never really seen gooey clay before.
No, usually it's pretty thick.
Yeah. That's all I got over here, dude.
Nick Nixon says, while you guys were growing up, how much did you have to deal with people questioning or making fun of you for watching wrestling? Not a whole lot.
Never, because I would just fucking, just
haymaker?
Put a whopper on them. Yeah, for sure. I was just walking around. They were like, idiot, you like wrestling? I'm like, you don't even know me, man. No.
Super kick.
I didn't get into wrestling until college, because in my friend group, it was socially acceptable, maybe even necessary, if you want to put up with guys like Hilton, to watch and enjoy wrestling. So for me, it was a social necessity and celebrated. And by that time, I didn't really give a shit. If somebody was like, "Oh, you like wrestling? You're stupid," I'd have been like, "Okay, man."
Yeah.
But I've never really encountered that before, so.
No.
Yeah.
Finn Gardner here says, pick one wrestler from AEW, WWE, and New Japan to create a faction. What would their name be?
Clone is going to leave the Callis family.
Sonata.
But which one?
The not Disco Sonata, the one with the cool jacket with the speakers on it.
That is the coolest jacket I've ever seen.
It's an awesome jacket.
It's okay, cool.
Clone, Sonata, and we need someone from WWE.
From WWE. Clone, Sonata. We need somebody who's got just like a really cool design aesthetic. Dude, that doesn't fit. Penta.
Yeah.
That'd be a sick faction.
What would their name be?
Dude, I don't know. It'd have to be just a killer name.
There it is. Killer name.
Killer name. That's the name of the faction.
We'll end on this one. It's a good question. Ty Moore here says, what match that you think is close to being 5 stars do you think you can edit into becoming one? So a sequence, cut off a few false finishes, something like that.
Would you be able to edit? I guess the question is like, that's actually a cool question. Would you be able to edit Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior 2 from like a 2-star match into a 5-star match?
It would just be the sequence, like the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, right.
Where they're actually on the same page and before somebody, Warrior, forgot what they were supposed to do.
Something close to a 5-star match. Yeah. No, honestly, like a lot of Roman Reigns matches, you take out like him just wandering around. Yeah. And then it's like, God damn. Because we always say, the last quarter of this match was fucking awesome. It was like a 6-star match. Like the first 75% of it, there's a lot of milling about.
Yeah, that's a good answer. It's a good answer.
Roman Reigns matches. Tribal warfare. Anyways, that's going to do it.
That one was not good.
Yeah, but there was a lot of just like bullshit in it.
There's a lot of milling about.
Anyways, that's going to do it for the show today. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. Till next time, we'll see you guys around.
Goodbye.